Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Rita at Rita's Journey. I hope I'm looking at the right part of the camera so I look like I'm looking you in the eye. I hope you're having a good day so far. I'm having a pretty good day. The weather here in California, Southern California, is really beautiful. Sunny in the 60s, and I'm out walking dogs mostly today. So get to enjoy it, have an excuse to be outside. I wanted to do a response to George's video that he did. I'm going to put a link to his video in the description for those of you who haven't seen it. His video brought up the question of what is a toxic conversation, and am I a part of them? And toxic to me means poisonous. There are poisonous things that have a skull and crossbones on them, more or less, and tell you don't ingest this. So, usually toxic things are obvious to most of us, or at least things that you think are toxic should be obvious to everyone, especially if they're an adult. You know what kind of conversations you consider toxic or that you don't consider toxic. A lot of people think anything to do with politics is toxic. I disagree with that. I think we absolutely should be having discussions. That's what a democracy is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be that the little people, like us, can talk about things and we can try to influence each other. That's what is done on the internet all the time. It's done in advertising. You're being influenced, or people are attempting to influence you all day, every day. You're looking at billboards, probably. We're being advertised to all the time, and that's influence. And that's the same thing that people do online with talking about politics. They're trying to influence other people. Now, if you find that toxic, then definitely don't watch it. Just either block or hide people that you don't like to hear from, or you just scroll on by a conversation that you find difficult. If you choose to take up something that in your mind more or less has the skull and crossbones poison label on it for you, if you choose to take it up, then, you're responsible for that. And, so that's up to you if you feel like you want to engage or not, or even read it. That's what's great about living in a free country. People are allowed to put pornography on the internet. I would rather not have that in our society, but it's allowed because we have freedom of speech, freedom of expression. So, so I'd like to see people be able to express themselves politically, and even if it gets nasty, because that means that people are really passionate about what they believe. They care about the future of our country, or countries, or the world, whatever. Sorry, my hair is awful. And that means they're passionate, and that's okay. I'm sure pride enters into it sometimes, but that's part of being human too. So it's fine. I can handle it. There's an old expression: if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. You don't have to partake. You don't have to eat in the kitchen. You can eat elsewhere. You can eat in the living room. Anyway, I'm being real weird, I guess, but that's what was really great about when the internet came on. If we didn't have the internet, there's a whole bunch of things we probably would never have known about. I can't think really right off the top of my head, but there's some things that came out as being fake and hoaxed and things like that we would never have had any dissenting view on, any new information on. We would have just had to take the word of mainstream media for the most part, and maybe if you're lucky you'd know about some random book. But without the internet, you wouldn't know about most of the books. Just if you happen to meet someone who knew about the book and could refer you to it. We really have so much more information now than we used to have. And it's meant to be disseminated. And it's meant to be argued about. That's what living in a free society is. So, I guess that's about it. I just wanted to talk about that, because it really scares me when people, and I'm not saying that George did this, but it really scares me when people come up with this idea that everything that they don't agree with is toxic or shouldn't be allowed. Like, that's really scary. You know, you may think that it's okay because people that you disagree with are the ones being censored right now, but one day you might find out it's you too. That's how it goes sometimes with a slippery slope. So I would really think about whether you want to be pro free speech or against it. Just, you know, I mean, you could debate that too. That's allowed because you have free speech. So that's about it. Thanks a lot for listening today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Please do like and subscribe my videos. I know you might be watching them elsewhere, but if you could like and subscribe on YouTube, that helps the algorithm. So talk to you later. Bye.